magic!
That's pretty cool.
You hear no Spotify.
I got the button.
Single press of a button.
It's magic, y'all.
You hear nothing. So we're playing Keyforge.
I can't get to change deck names though.
Oh,
it's too much manual. Too much manual input.
Oh yeah. Well, also you'd have to input like every deck name that we have, right?
Yeah. Right. And I wouldn't have enough.
You'd have to
like
do it ahead of time, probably.
I could do that.
Theoretically.
I could make like 6 different.
Yeah, and then you just put in deck 1 or whatever. Well, I mean, tonight it's I mean, this format is different, right? Because we're doing different ones every time. Almost professional.
Yeah.
Almost.
We're getting there. I have 4 buttons on the setup on this thing right now.
Yeah, we're getting there.
4 out of 15.
Our OKRs are to add 1 button a quarter.
Okay. I just need more sound.
Every 3 months we will increase the production.
I didn't put any air horns. A DJ sound?
So, alright. We're going to play some Keyforge, and we're going to ignore the events of the real world for right now. Mm-hmm. We got bad decks. Let's get into it. So.
Yeah, I think air horn button would be great. Chewy speaker. With the Twitch Prime. Thank you.
You owe me that for dragging you through expeditions.
So much. Someone give me or someone link an air horn MP3 in Discord.
Airhorn.mp3.
And I can probably add it. Or Farquad.
Farquad.
13
smashes the air horn.
Pog. Heck yeah. Thank you. Alright.
You can say remix.
Remix.
You're on Scatvex. I'm on preposterously imposing Almrat. I gotta tell you, these untamed decks from AOA are showing their butts.
Yeah.
They are pretty bad. The untamed and AOA, I think this tournament has gone to show just how bad it was. It was huge. I think untamed AOA was probably worse than Brobnar Worlds Collide.
I'm pretty bummed they brought back Bumblebird.
Like, why? Like, what?
You should probably just call it a loss on that creature.
Yeah.
Like, just admit.
The same thing with Gargantua Scrapper, man. It's just like some creature that's there to gunk up your deck, make it way worse. I don't get it. Why does it have alpha? It would not be broken if it didn't have alpha in the slightest.
It would not.
You're playing a 1/1. You like. I think the average scenario is you go untamed creature, Bumblebird, and they get 2+1/+1 counters.
Yes, pretty much.
I mean, cause like, what's the difference between that and like Grove Keeper?
Yeah, exactly.
It's minimal difference.
It's like the same.
Very minimal difference.
Right.
So, actually watching live.
Welcome back, Orion.
Getting in there.
Yeah, it's just that's lame.
And it's a shame because the art is sweet.
Yeah,
it is actually a cool.
I like the playmat a lot.
I think it is iconic. So
you got an air horn for me?
Let's see. It's pornography.
It's where.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay. They're strong.
Now we're gonna. Yeah.
Eddie's back. Can you imagine? Eddie. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, man. I get it. You have every reason to be mad. Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna listen to the whole song now.
Yeah, guess what?
I wonder if this gets taken down. There's no way Rickroll gets copyright.
Yeah, copyright May 15th, 2007 on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, I imagine this.
What, Eddie? Eddie, if you do not get up and listen to this, do not get up and see what that is.
Alright. I'll turn it off.
Alright.
Okay. It is a good song, though.
Like, that's your deck. I let it cut.
Alright, cut.
Okay.
Alright, I'm done clicking links. I'm not clicking that. You ruined it.
You've ruined our trust in you forever, Stormstrong. And to think we're using your keys.
7.
I am gonna mulligan.
What is this hand?
Is it?
Is
it Do you put 9 chains on yourself?
This hand is incredible. Yes. 2 gateway to dis. All right, it does have double loot the body's Coward's End, but
what do you do until
I have to wait 100 years to be able to do it? This hand is incredible.
Frankly, incredible. My hand was just some bad cards. It was just some bad cards. It wasn't laughably bad like Justin's was.
I'm gonna look at the air horn MP3 and it's gonna be like 3 minutes 57 seconds. Can't fool me twice.
The yellow sleeves? No, these yellow sleeves are dope.
They're good, yeah.
Look at these banana sleeves. You can use these to land a plane at night. Yes, they are Eclipse.
All right. Put down on your ball.
I am going to say Untamed. We have summoned him, the Bumblebird. And I'm going to play a Marmo Swarm. And your turn. I will draw 3.
I'll play Untamed. I'll play a Stampede and Perilous Wilds.
Dope. I am going to say Untamed. I'm going to Persistence Hunting for Saurians. And then I'm going to Reap twice. Generating an untackleable amount of amber.
I'll play Brobnar. Play Bumpsy. Warge Armor. Play Bumpsy.
Oh my god, he tackled my amber.
Play Loot the Bodies. Play Brothers in Battle. For Saurian. That's it. Do know Saurian guys are tapped, so they can't use that.
I am gonna say Mars. I'm gonna Shatterstorm. Ha! Take that.
Okay.
Send you back to the Stone Age. I'm gonna play Collector Worm, Azima Think Drone, and a Galixal Proliferator. I'm gonna get the sweet combo of putting the Bumblebird in my archives
again and again
to not give any of my Mars creatures counters.
Okay, I'll say Dis. I will hand of Dis the Collector Worm.
Dead.
Play a Pit Demon. Use the Dominator Bauble to fight the Proliferator. What's up, Slag Blast? How you doing?
Hello.
Yeah, Storm, we were just talking about how it was depressing. The Bumblebird is back in there.
Okay, I am going to Reap with the Bumblebird. I am going to put Camouflage on Vazima Think Drone. That's so good.
All right,
pretty good.
Done.
All right. The Marmo Swarm is going to fight the War Drummer. And then I am going to play Darna and gain 1. And it is your turn. We'll draw 2.
Okay, I'll say Brob. I'll punch the Think Drone. I'll play Valdir and Reap with Bumpsy. That's it.
Okay, I am going to say Untamed. I am going to play a Glimmer and get back the Persistence Hunting. I will play the Persistence Hunting on Dis just to keep your Pit Demon from stealing from me. I am gonna reap with Darna and heal the Marmo Swarm. I'm gonna reap with Bumblebird to put me in a 6. Am I playing around burn the stockpile? I am not. Okay, so not playing around burn the stockpile, so I will reap with the Marmo Swarm. And it is your turn. I will draw 1.
Let's see if this works.
Oh, nice.
Done.
Done. It's a beast insect. Is there any insect synergy?
Play Untamed. The Word of Returning. Play Ancient Bear.
Don't abuse it. Yeah, air horn is like
any test.
Any good remix will let you know if you're using the air horn too much. So
that's it.
Okay, so I forge.
Yep, that's correct.
All right, I am going to say Untamed.
Hey, not tonight.
I'm gonna reap with Glimmer. I am gonna Nature's Call.
Oh god.
I'm gonna put the Glimmer back in my hand. I'll put the Darna back in my hand, and I'll bounce the Pit Demon. And then I will play Darna, gain 1. And it is your turn.
Alright, I'll say Brobnar. I'll play Loot the Bodies and follow the leader so the Ancient Bear can fight. Now the Marmor Swarm is 6 power.
Yes.
Okay. Umpsy will fight the Bumblebird.
Dead.
So I get 1. Ancient Bear will fight Darna.
Also dead.
The Assault takes her down. And Valdir will fight the Marmor Swarm.
Dead.
That's it. Check 7.
I will swindle.
Oh, that's devastating.
Go ahead. This deck looks almost coherent.
I'll say dis. I will discard 2 Gateway to dis. I'll play a Drumble.
Oh no.
I will play Pit Demon and use Dominator Bobble to reap. Okay.
I am gonna say Shadows. I'm gonna play a Lamindra, a Dypno Spymaster, and a Lamindra. And it's your turn. I'll draw.
Okay. Say Untamed. Ancient Bear will tear apart the Dypno. Assault. I will play Grasping Vines for nothing. Play Curiosity to kill all scientists.
None of those here.
No scientists. Play Ancient Bear. Play Regrowth. I think I have Untamed Creature. Have. Guess I'll get Wardrobe. And I will play Choda to forge. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Glimmer and Nature's Call is just like a good thing to do every turn.
I am gonna say Shadows. I'm gonna reap with Lamindra and reap with Lamindra. And then I am gonna life for life a Lamindra and get the Trumbull.
Okay.
I'll say check with 10. It's your turn. We'll draw.
Say Brobnar. Discard Guard's End. I will reap with Bumpsy. Play War Drummer. Play Bumpsy. Play Headhunter. Play Headhunter. Tremor the Lamindra.
I will forge. I will say Untamed. I am going to Glimmer back. It's like tempting to say the Swindle.
Yeah.
Because it's just so devastating.
Yeah.
I think I get the Nature's Call, though, because I do think I clog your hand. I will Nature's Call. I will bounce Pit Demon, Headhunter, Headhunter. I will play a Nox. And it is your turn. I will draw 2.
Okay, let's say this. Play a Schuler and steal 1. Play a Stealer of Souls, play a Tentacus. Actually, before I do any of that, play this Tendrils of Pain.
Okay, so 1 damage to everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Nox.
Play Pet Demon, use Dominator Bobble to Assault knocks down while he's 3 power. All kinds of bears over here.
Okay, I am gonna say Mars. I'm gonna play Mars Needs Amber. Thank you for doing my work for me.
Yeah.
I'll put one there. I'll put one there. I'll put one there. I'll put one there. I am gonna play a Vizima Think Drone and an Agent Human. I am gonna Mars first to ready and use. Actually, I could ready Agent Human and reap and stun the Pit Demon. Stun a non-Mars creature. All my guys are Mars, so I'll say check with 6. It's your turn. I will draw.
Okay, say say this. I'll discard Gateway. Stun the Pit Demon. Fight the no. I'll Pandemonium, so each undamaged creature captures 1. That. Then I'll fight the Think Drone.
It's purged.
And I gain 1. Reap with Schuler. Reap with Tentacus. Dominator Bobble to kill the human. Okay.
Okay, I am gonna say Shadows. I'm gonna play Gamgee and Ronnie Wristlocks. And it is your turn. I will draw 2.
All you guys are just out of bears, huh?
Oh yeah. One might say that the natural enemy of the elf thief is the ancient bear.
Could be.
I like how all your board wipes are essentially dead cards.
Yeah, they sure are. I'll play this. I'll discard the Gateway. I like don't even want to play this Tendrils of Pain. So I'm just gonna discard it. I'll fight the Ronnie. Purged. I gain 1. I will Dominator Bubble to kill the Gamgee. Bear. Reap with Tentacus. Reap with Schuler. Or steal 1 with the Pit Demon. That's it. 7.
I am gonna say Mars. I'm gonna play Mars Needs Amber.
Okay.
And we'll play Total Recall. I haven't untapped the dude in like 6 turns. And it's your turn. And we'll draw 2.
Okay. So I'll say dis. So I'll steal 1. Reap. 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 And reap. Check 6.
Okay. I am gonna say Untamed. I'm gonna save the pack.
God, what the?
This is the best save the pack that has ever been played on this stream, I believe.
Yeah.
I do not think there has ever been a better save the pack played. Any tabletop royale historians, can they confirm that?
That's.
I will play a Nox and it's a tablet to follow up.
Yeah.
I was debating whether I should have saved the pack the turn before or if I should have played the Mars stuff and just gone for the win. I didn't know if you had Drumble. So if you had Drumble, then I think there's a good chance I lose.
Because you would have then had to get an answer for Drumble.
Yeah, and I didn't have one.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well,
probably just ever. World's best.
It was pretty good.
Save the pack. I'm Ralph. After all the trash talking I did to Worlds Collide AOA.
To be fair.
Oh, I didn't do a bet. Oh my god. Oh my god.
My goodness.
Let me fire that up. Can't believe
That was like several World's Best Mars Needs Amber in a row.
I can't believe nobody rioted over the betting.
That was like I think you how many? It was like 8. No, it was like 10 amber off Mars Needs Amber or something.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I don't think it was the world's best. It was good. It's high quality. Mars Needs Amber.
Too much jibber jabber. You're right.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so Provost will be back again tonight.
Yep. We'll see him again.
Provost is going to face off against the winner of this match. Breathe. Let's see. Okay. 2-0. Get all over the first card you see in a deck is Martian Hounds.
That's my old that's my Nova deck right there.
Triple Zizix Shockworm.
Yep. That's 4.
It's 4. It's a split. There's so many Shockworms.
They don't fit on one page.
They can't fit all the Shockworms on one page. This deck may have a monopoly on the number of Y's and X's and Z's in the names of cards.
Yeah.
We have the bet going.
You guys don't know how hard it is not to press this air horn button all the time. What if I press it twice? What happens?
Such rare letters, yeah.
Okay,
This deck single-handedly is worth. What are X's in Scrabble? X's, Y's, and Z's.
the 10?
Z, I think is Z. I don't actually think is 10.
Z is easier, right?
Yeah, Z is easier. X's might be 10.
Yeah.
Y's worth 4? Or are they worth 1? I don't know. It's been a long time since.
I think Y's 4.
Y's 4. Any Scrabble experts? Can you tell me? We got any Scrabblers
Shogun
in the
with
chat?
the 402 bet. So if you guys want some value bets, bet on Nathan. Oh, the 200 on Nathan.
Oh.
Farquaad. Woo.
It's because we've got all kinds of people going
I get
in.
value on both sides now.
People going in. I put I put. Oh, the sirens are alerted. Eddie is protesting police brutality across America.
Go.
Eddie, go. Eddie, go. Go. Eight. Also. 6.
3. Okay. Alright.
I don't think this hand gets there, so I am... You know what? Actually, I like this hand in retrospect. I'm going to keep Collector Worm. Go.
Yes, I recorded many different versions of Eddie Barks. All different buttons like... boop, 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 boop.
There's the... Hey! The DoorDash and/or Postmate is here. There's the... Hey! Somebody drove by the house and shut their car door too loudly. Bark. There's the... Hey! Somebody came in the back door. Bark. There's the, hey, a car pulled up into our driveway, bark.
They're all very distinct.
I am going to say Brobnar. I'm going to Trimmer the Mindworm. I'm going to Ganger Chieftain and collect that Mindworm.
The Warper.
Warper?
Very different.
And then I'm going to play a War Grumpus. And it's your turn. I will draw 3. I thought about it, and I realized Ganger Chieftain Collect Worm is really good.
It is good, yeah. I'll say Untamed. I'll play...
this guy, no, he's got armor. He's got armor. Dust Pixie.
Play Briar Grubbling.
Is that the triple Dust Pixie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Play Witch of the Eye. I'll cooperate planning to kill the War Grumpus.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you look at this Untamed side, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the Briar Gublings show up.
Yeah.
I am going to say Mars. I'm going to play a Sky Booster Squadron and a Xanthix Harvester. I'm going to discard Martian Hounds, and I will collect the Witch of the Eye. Go ahead.
Say
draw.
Say Dis.
Man, Collector Worm. Gotta love that card, dude.
I'm going to kill it.
Gotta love that Collector Worm, man.
Yeah, I'm hand dissing it.
Oh, come on.
I'm gonna mind barb you.
Come on, world. I can't believe it.
Play Library of the Danged. Sound the Horns, okay. Play Overlord Grekking, and I'm gonna give him a Flame Wreathed.
Would have preferred that you not take the Sound the Horns, but so much I can do. I see I've generated no amber this game.
Yeah.
What are the cards in my archives? They're not mine, they're yours.
Yep.
Okay. So I guess I'm just gonna say Brobnar. I'm gonna play a Flamethrower. I'll play a War Grumpus. Ganger Chieftain. Man, that Grekking is gonna get busy. I guess Ganger Chieftain's gonna reap. Go ahead.
Airhorn whenever Sound the Horns is played. That seems.
Oh yeah, Sound the Horns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually. You missed it. You blew it, dude. You discarded it. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll say this. I'll play a Tenicus, Pit Demon, Charette. I will fight the Grumpus. And I'll take that Grumpus. A library. Archive a card. That's it.
Okay. I am going to say Shadows. I'm going to play Hideaway Hole. I am going to play a Miasma. I'm going to play a Redlock and a Ronnie. And go ahead. I will draw 4.
Say dis.
I'm about to lose this dis.
Oh, I have Tenicus in play for the Hideaway Hole.
To use an artifact.
Oh, to use it, okay.
Just make a command. Yeah. Make it make it like 50 points, so our channel devolves into nothing but air horn noises.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. I'll use the pit demon. I'll fight Redlock. Seems like an okay creature to have.
Just a copy of hanging out on your board.
Yeah. I will Poltergeist the Hideaway Hole. I'll Reap with Tourette's. And Echoes will fight the Harvester. I did not play any creatures this turn. It puts it into play under your control. Yep. You did not play any creatures. Okay.
Okay. I am gonna say Mars. I'm gonna play Mother Gun. I'm gonna play Ridic Shockworm. I am going to Reap with the Sky Booster Squadron. It's gonna come flying back into my hand. I'm gonna replay it. And then I am gonna Mars first to send the Sky Booster Squadron, I think, into the Tentacus. I think I desperately need my artifacts to get in this game. And it is your turn. I will draw. Sounds like a great idea. We just turn it. We turn ourselves into just like a Twitch cancer channel where it's just like people just play gotcha, and all kinds of other just four bits. Our channel size like quadruples overnight when we start this.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we just never end up playing Keyforge again. We basically subject ourselves to a psychological form of terror for the next like couple.
I think that makes us go actually insane.
Yeah.
I guess I did Forge right then. Right?
Yeah, I didn't stop you. Okay. Forge away.
All right, I'll say this.
See if I want to forge any keys this game.
Play Succubus. I will archive a card. I'll steal one.
Sweet. I hope I'd forge I'd never forge a key this game. You're late. You're on time.
Alright, I'll fight the Shockworm.
Is that a new watch? Or is that?
It is a Fitbit.
It's a Fitbit. It's a Fibby.
I'll fight that guy.
Okay.
And Grecking. 9 power. I'll Reap with Grecking. Okay, that's it.
Alright, I am going to say Brobnar. I am going to play a Lollop the Titanic. I'm going to play a Grumpus Tamer. I'm going to play a Flamethrower. Ganger Chieftain is going to fight the Succubus. I am going to Flamethrower Grecking.
Okay, so...
And it is your turn. I will draw 3. Ooh, wow. Incredible.
I'll say...
Justin and I were talking about how glad we were going to be when this tournament is done, because this has been a challenge.
Yeah.
These decks are bad, and we keep playing the bad ones.
I'll say Mars. I'm going to play Total Recall.
He played a Succubus last turn.
So I get...
Like Subservient.
I get 7 Amber.
Total Recall. You putting all of your creatures back in your hand there, huh?
Yeah, but you get these.
Sweet.
You get that. Okay, then I'll Mother Gun, shoot the Grumpus Tamer for 5. Play Tunk, play Grabber Jammer. Play Mind Warper. Walker. Mind Warper, put 1 on. That's it. Check with a bunch. I think playing all these bad decks will help you in games with good decks. That's a good question. I think no is the answer to the question.
Yeah, nothing we didn't already know.
Yeah, yeah.
If anything, we've learned that some games are over much sooner than you think they are.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was something we kind of knew.
Yeah, Gauntlet's next, Code Red.
Yeah, Gauntlet, and we're putting a lot of thought into making a beginner stream.
Yeah, like a here's how to play Keyforge kind of thing.
Yeah. So because it seems to be like there's a decent amount of effort from the community to get some beginner guide stuff. And I think it would honestly help Justin and I to articulate some of the things that we don't articulate week to week, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point we've evolved into like we're talking about like plays that take you from like an 85% player to like a 95% player.
Right.
I think that's what we end up talking about on the stream most of the time.
Right. Not just like
and not
what's a basic strategy.
Yeah, and we try to cover a lot of strategy stuff a lot of times, but there was that whole learning period for us, and relearning period for AOA, and then I would say the relearning period in Worlds Collide was not as bad. I felt like we took to Worlds Collide. Now we had to get used to the cards, we had to get used to the Saurians. In AOA, you had board states that Saurians could produce, but it would take 2 turns to beat you. And like Saurians, on the other hand, it's like the game was over.
Right.
So we had to learn like how deadly the Saurians were, but we had to learn how to fight against the Saurians. Not like 100% like the BDQ podcast, because I think we would have video guides with us. And I don't want to like crib their material, and I would like to add attribute to them places because I need to go back. I used to listen to BDQ. I probably listened to maybe 5 episodes or so. But I would like to sit down and basically say, you're learning Keyforge. Let's go through your first game, and
okay.
Justin and I sit down and we play a game. We go through our thought process as we're playing. And then maybe we try to justify it, and we could probably take a whole. I mean, I think like I think if we sat down and we figured out the right 2 decks to play, and then did a series where the games got progressively more complex, then I think we could chop that video up and basically say, this is game 1. This is your first game of Keyforge. Here's what you need to know, and then we could do like an AOA tutorial and then like a Worlds Collide tutorial because you've got more advanced concepts.
Okay.
I think that's kind of like I want to sit down and figure out how to do that in such a good way, because we'd have IRL Keyforge to go with it. And I do think there is like importance in articles and podcasts and stuff like that, but showing the game is its own medium kind of thing.
I think we've like improved our like explaining and playing through a game with card game necromancy.
Yeah, well, that and just how long we've done this, right? Because you go back and you watch our first stuff, it's not great. It's really not that good.
It's not great,
but we've gotten better at it.
Yeah.
So while I don't think we could have done that, we could not have made a beginner video when we were starting out because we didn't know. And I don't want to say we know everything about the game.
No. We've played more IRL Keyforge than probably. Yeah,
we have a lot of people. We have the most recorded games.
Yeah.
By a wide margin. Anyway, I am
not to toot our own horn or anything. Did someone say horn?
Not to toot our own air horn. So. Yeah, exactly. So, like, because you don't. How many people sit down or how many people are like, I just started with this game. Is my deck good? And I would hazard most of the time the answer is your deck is average. You have an average deck, and you don't like. There are good aspects to the deck, and your deck's going to have weaknesses.
Yeah. And
part of the fun thing in this game is figuring out exactly what those are
and figuring out what differentiates an average deck from a great deck.
Yes,
because a deck can look very average on paper, but actually perform great.
Yeah, I think we have decks that stand pretty good examples of that. I would say Andrus, the winner of our Worlds Collide tournament.
Yeah,
if you sit down and because people did, we put the bracket out there, right? we gave you 30, like 20 to 30 decks and said, which of these decks do you think is going to win? And I don't know how many people picked Angdris.
Maybe like one.
Maybe one person did, right? So that would be one of my points is like, people are going to tell you people are going to tell you their experience in Keyforge, but it is their experience in Keyforge. And because of the nature of the game, even though Justin and I have played head to head against each other more than any other like opponents, right? Like our experiences with the game are still unique.
Yeah.
The way we play the game is still different, right? Because I think and I can't even tangibly tell you what the difference between the two of us is.
I don't really know.
But when we play decks, they behave differently in our hands.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I think Light Tasker was a good example of that too.
Yeah. So all right, anyway, sorry, I gotta get into the game. I am gonna say Shadows. I'm gonna play Redlock. I'm gonna play Bad Penny. I'm gonna play Dust Chronicles. I guess that draws a card here. I am gonna play Furtive Investors. I will get 2. There's an argument for me to save it a turn because you're definitely gonna forge.
Yeah, I agree with you though, Farquaad. It's like I'm the same way. Like looking at a deck and then playing it, you're like, wow, something just works about it, right? And it's not easy to figure out.
And that would be my caution with the secondary market.
Yeah.
Because if the 4 Infernus deck that I had, right?
You could have probably sold that, right?
If when Justin won PAX with an Infernus deck, I probably could have sold my 4 Infernus deck, probably asked for $100 and gotten $100. Mm-hmm.
And so that deck was deep in this tournament. And
that deck was like in round 2 of this. Like it made it pretty far into this tournament. So I'm going to Throwing Stars the Bad Pennies.
Okay.
And I guess I'll put 1 on the Mind Warper. And then I'm going to discard these Bad Pennies.
Okay.
And it is your turn. Oh, I guess I'll Reaper Ronnie's Clocks. It is your turn. I will draw 3.
I'll Forge. I'll say Untamed. I'll pick up the Archive. Play Dust Pixie. Play Dust Pixie.
Yeah, I would never buy a deck I didn't test drive on the Crucible.
Play Briar Grubbling. Play Bear Flute. Play Cooperative Hunting. 7. I'll do 3.
Yeah, Horseman. 4, 5, Great 6, example. 7. Great example. Horseman, like, not even worth it, man. Like, they're not the end all be all. Yeah, there are good Horseman decks out there, and the Horseman may be a highlight of the deck, but decks where the Horsemen are the highlight are bad. If the deck doesn't have anything else going on.
I do think that a 7 Sins deck may be another level, though.
Yeah, could be.
But who knows?
It's a lot of. I would want my other 5 to be actions.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Also, I think I would want it to go with logos because you want to like put them together. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, that deck has like over in the stockpile, Miasma. I think was like the only other 2 things it can play. Man, my deck from Noah sure is getting far in this tournament. The deck I won a lot of games with. Yes, all 7 together is probably super rare. Right?
I think there's probably an ideal configuration.
Yeah, I don't think you necessarily want all 7.
That's all 7.
Yeah.
I think you want the ward one. I think you want the key cost one. And then I'm not sure what you want to round out.
Yeah. I think a good number is 4 to 5.
Because I would think that you would want the recursion that's in this set to go with them. So.
We got the one 7 Plague deck. I think we had a 7 Plague deck, right? Yeah, we did.
I think we gave it to a friend, right?
Yeah. It's just a fun deck.
It's fun. It is not good.
No.
It was pretty solid in AOA because and I think it would not do awful versus a lot of Worlds Collide decks. Because it just like rips wards off people. It's like you could have 6 warded Saurians and it's gonna kill them all. So.
All right, now we are in the bottom 8 here.
Okay. Oak Walker. Walker of Oaks. All right, so Justin won that game. Redistribute the wealth.
1 atomic.
Okay. I'm an Oak Walker.
How many Coda AoE Worlds Collide deck? Let's figure that out real quick.
Okay, yeah. So T0 is AoA.
Okay.
Provost Scatvex Burn is Coda. Oak Walker is AoA. Atomic, I'm pretty sure, is AoA. E. Agerson.
I think it's AoE too.
AoA. Planter is Coda. Jaxine. That's an AoA. Domoish. That's an AoA.
Okay.
There you go.
6 AoA and 2
AoA. AoA.
0 Worlds Collide. Hilarious.
0 Worlds Collide. I think that's about right.
I think it's about right too, because I think like the worst Worlds Collide decks are still, they can do stuff. They're functional.
Yeah.
But the worst AoA decks, pretty bad.
And let's see. Logos Mars Brobnar. Mars Brobnar Shadows. Sanctum Untamed Brobnar. Dis Logos Brobnar. Untamed Shadows Sanctum. Actually a pretty decent spread of the houses, right?
Yeah.
Like Brobnar's slightly overrepresented, maybe, but oh, you have Untamed Sanctum Logos, but that's like, I don't hate that because that means each of the houses had bad combinations of cards in their own unique way,
right?
So that's why I think the good AoA decks had their. I feel like we had a pretty good spread on the good AoA decks.
AoA deck lost March Madness in the finals though, but there were a lot of AoA decks in the top 8 to 4 in March Madness.
Yeah, AoA overperformed in both tournaments.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a huge dip, right? A lot of bad, some good. I think Worlds Collide is closer to like a straight line of distribution as far as deck quality.
I think if you fixed Brobnar, Worlds Collide turns into like a
almost perfect.
Worlds Collide would just be an almost perfect set.
Yeah.
If Brobnar honestly had more assault, because I think that's a knock against Brobnar. And that's why Shorty is such a good card in that set, because he knocks the ward off something and then he goes punches it, you know. I think honestly, you take a lot of those guys that where they're damaged and you know they get something, like let's say Grand Nine Toes is damaged and you give him Assault 4 instead of 4 power, he looks a lot better.
Yeah.
So.
Right, my Keyforge deck. All right, let's do it.
Shogun.
And he said, "Tell me, Amber Pips are on those remaining decks. Like, does 11 or something mean in the context you eventually beat something?" That's a good question.
Yeah, it's actually a good question. I guess we could.
Let's look at this deck first.
Yeah, we'll get back to that one. A fun one, Thorolf.
Well, let me see if I can share the window real quick.
Stoneton.
I forgot how to do this.
Even though we did it not that long ago.
I just have to add source. There you go. All right, so here we go.
All right.
Thorolf, Stoneton Wrestler. I love it. All right, we got 3-0 wins on this guy.
Yeah.
Brobnar, Anger, Burn Stockpile. All right, love it. Punch, love it. Tremor, love it. Iron Obelisk, Gauntlet. Oh,
this is the
Coda Brobnar.
This is the Brobnar and Coda that I love.
Yeah, 2 Granger Chieftains, 2 Trolls. I love
Earthshaker to kill nerds.
Bumpsy rounds it out. Great.
Obelisk to tax people. Awesome stuff. I love that Brobnar.
That's good Brobnar.
Now I prefer to pair this kind of Brobnar with Dis, which this deck does not do.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because that's the kind of Brobnar that gets really good if you have an Arise to go get all these guys back with. And you don't have a War Drummer. A War Drummer would get a lot of work done in this deck with like the Bumpsy and the Earthshaker. Of course, Earthshaker kills War Drummer, but it's like pretty good to have the ability to kill stuff like Collector Worm on like command. All
right, so the Sanctum, you got the 2 Virtuous Works. Oath of Poverty can get, I see a lot of Secret Needles in the Shadows. Which is probably you're fine with.
Yeah, Virtuous Works.
Alloy Blaster can blow up, which is great. Potion can
2
blow up, which is
Gatekeeper.
great. I think that Oath Poverty probably gets off a lot of amber.
Shoulder armors and Armageddon cloaks to put on gatekeepers.
Yeah, your opponent looks at this deck and they're like, I can never go to 7 amber, or else I won't forge. So that's something.
You don't want to Oath of Poverty your Iron Obelisk, I would say, most of the time.
Right, yeah.
So I do think there's like a little bit of tension there. You could probably Oath of Poverty to try to shut out a game, right?
Yeah.
Shadows
Booby Trap is great. Miasma, of course, is solid. 4 Secret Needles is probably too many because you don't have a bad penny, right? So you're just blasting stuff, which, I mean, that's good.
But I think you have a lot of draws where you draw like double Seeker Needle and you have to like take a Shadows turn off to just play them.
Yeah.
Because like especially when you've got creature attachments like Ring of Invisibility and Silent Dagger, I could easily see hands with this deck where you draw something like double Seeker Needle, Booby Trap, Silent Dagger, and your hand just does nothing for a turn, and then you get run over.
Yeah.
Because you basically had to take a turn off to discard 4 cards. Moon Cursor, Naughty, Shadow Self. Those are all. I mean, Shadow Self is fine, especially if you pair it with Gatekeepers. I do think this deck is really cool. And I can see why you said it was 3-0 before Worlds Collide. I do think this is the type of deck that thrived in Kodo environments and could trash AOA decks because it was just too fast. But then Worlds Collide comes out, you throw some more key taxing at a deck like this. This deck was probably fine paying 9 for 1 key, but if you have to pay 2 keys at 9, you've probably lost the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I could also see this deck struggling with efficiency. You're gonna have some games where you get trapped in those 2/2/2 hands, and you're not gonna necessarily make any wrong choices. It's just gonna feel like you didn't make the right choice somewhere in the game. So TMTP and friends, yeah, TMTP was a big deal. So
both in a double principle and still count with the 3rd key. Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. If you can generate logarithmic amounts of amber, then your opponent can't defeat it with exponential means. So, I won that roll.
Yes.
7.
This is the deck with all the. No, this is Proclamation deck. Okay.
Oh. I think this is a mulligan. This is the like pips all over the place deck.
This is also a pivot deck.
There's 2
pivots. Very, very interesting. Thoughts on little scaling amber control and like.
Oh yeah,
like the
effervescent principle.
Yeah,
like I could see really. So I think there's a card everybody's sleeping on, and that's the artifact that says every creature gains. When this creature is destroyed, move one amber from it to the opponent's creature with the highest power. That card is, I think, going to decide so many games because it looks like in this set you're going to have some sticky boards. The Sanctum is back.
Mm-hmm.
Sanctum doesn't fight into Sanctum very well. Every house now has a part Sanctum creature. Okay, so there's a lot of extra armor going around just because you have now an uncommon in every house that's going to have 2 amber on it. Multiple uncommons. There's going to be so much amber stuck on creatures in this set.
Yeah. And
the removal in this set isn't that powerful, from what I can tell.
It seems that way.
It's not particularly great. And so I think people who struggled with Worlds Collide are really going to struggle with mass mutations.
You get giant boards and...
Yeah. And so I think your combat and your creature math has got to be at the top of your game. So I think Axiom is way worse in this set.
Because there's just a capture mechanic.
Because you have cards that just let you capture amber.
Yeah, so you could.
Now I think Axiom is still good.
Yeah.
And if you're, I think if your opponent doesn't have Saurian or Sanctum, then Axiom is like a card that you definitely want. But I can see in Saurian Sanctum matches where Axiom says gain 2 chains, ward a creature and gain 2 chains.
Yeah.
So, I'm debating whether I should keep this hand or if I should toss it. I think it pains me. I think it's a tosser. It's like close to that.
Was there a bet for this game?
Yes.
It's been so long.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's so much capture on cards. So, I mean, the thing is, your deck is very likely to have either Sanctum or Saurian in it. Since that's 2 out of the 7 houses, there's just a lot of combinations that are going to have one or the other in it. And I think some of the other houses do have some capture on them, right? Well, you also have the stupid Star Alliance robot that captures all of the amber. You know, like
I think there's like guys that put amber pips on stuff in every house, like enhanced guys.
Yeah,
and then that could obviously hit other houses too. Like
yeah,
apply those to other cards.
I think the variance in Worlds Collide is gonna be crazy. I feel like you're gonna see or come across some Worlds Collide decks that feel absolutely broken based off of where the bonus icons landed in the deck, and then you're gonna have Worlds Collide decks that the cards might as well not have been enhanced in the first place.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna suck when you get like a super enhanced gateway to this, and you get in a situation where you can't play it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a lot of like room for I'm gonna play the Garganta Scrapper. Go ahead.
The one that says if you have more than 4 amber, your amber can't be stolen seems pretty good.
Yeah, and there's the untamed creature that's 4 power. That's a Dusk Witch for your non-untamed. If you've got 4 more amber, that card is good.
Yeah, that's good.
4 power is a lot harder to take off the board
than 1.
Now you gotta have 4 amber.
Yeah,
fair, but you can play that card when you don't have 4 amber, then get to 4 amber on your turn, and you could like say Logos. You're at 3 amber. You play an action. You're at 4 amber, and boom, all your Logos guys are into play. So yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of cool stuff going on in this set. But I think it's going to be less balanced than Worlds Collide. Just guessing. Star Alliance, it's probably the 2nd worst house in the set, which is a bold claim. But
do you think Untamed is the worst?
I think Untamed is the worst.
Okay.
I do think.
So that's our hot take. Initial reactions.
Initial reactions, right? Yeah. Looking since the whole spoiler's out there.
Because I think in Worlds Collide we would have said Untamed was not the second worst. Ended up being like the 2nd worst. Well, and on average.
And my experience was completely tainted by the Untamed sides that I opened at sealed tournaments. Yeah. In my defense, I had opened really busted Untamed stuff. And in my defense, Untamed is Vault Tour caliber if you get a high roll version of it.
Yeah.
But
no, we didn't do a set review. We've never done that.
No,
our set review was us opening and playing for like 7 hours.
Yeah, we try our best when we make content. We want to pair it with actual gameplay. That's what we want to do. So.
Sorry, Instinct Dis, yeah.
Yeah, I think Dis is probably the best house. I think you're gonna get Dis houses that have like that artifact that let you sack a dude and use a dude of the same house, and the creature that says when you say Dis, it comes back into your hand from your discard pile. Yeah. You're gonna get decks that have that. You're gonna have like double bounce a dude, discard a card from the hand. That card is nightmarishly disruptive. Archiving all of a house from your deck from your discard pile. Archive every creature of a house in your discard pile.
That's super good.
You like how? What is going to happen? Like you can make some insane. Just imagine that with like a Sanctum with all the dudes that come into play like ready and enraged. I mean, like you're just gonna get
Archives. I like that.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm gonna first blood and do 2 damage to the Rustnar, and then I'm gonna play a little Rapskull, and then Gargantus Scrapper's gonna reap. And your turn. I'll draw 2.
Okay, say Sanctum. Play Proclamation. Play Shale. I'll smite Flaxia into the Gargantus Scrapper. Okay, your turn.
I am going to say Mars. Yeah, I'll say Mars. I'll Beam Buckler the Rustnar. I'll Sky Booster Squadron. I'll Entropic Manipulator. I will redistribute the damage. Armor prevents this damage, right? Is that what we've decided? It redistributes the damage.
I didn't think so.
Do we know? Does armor stop Entropic Manipulator? Can I just move this 3 damage to Chale?
I think it
bypasses
armor because the damage is like there. It's not dealing.
Enjoying the mass mutation talk. Oh yeah, cool, no problem. Okay, I'll move it on to Chale. Okay. I don't want you to necessarily kill your own Flaxia and then pin seed it. Not that I can stop you, but you've got a bunch of extra damage. I can put it on something that can't die.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
Move not dealt. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna say Untamed. Flaxia is gonna fight the Sky Booster Squadron.
Dead.
Play Full Moon. Play Grove Keeper. I'll use the Nepenthe Seed.
Dang.
I get 1 for the Grove Keeper. I'll play Flaxia.
In their other games, moved is distinct from damage. Warhammer 40k was that way. Warhammer 40k, when you moved damage, it was not dealt. You couldn't shield it. You couldn't play the card from your hand as a shield to stop it.
I'll play Way the Porcupine on Shale, and then I'll get some counters. Alright, 7.
Okay, I am going to say Logos. I'm going to play a Pip-Pip. I'm going to play Quantum Finger Trap.
Does it get around Ward? That is a great question. Right? That's a good question.
You're taking SWD. What's SWD?
Star Wars Destiny.
Star Wars Destiny. Oh, gotcha. I'm going to remote access and Cutthroat Research just to gain 2. And it is your turn. I will draw.
Okay, so I'll Forge. Say Sanctum.
Yeah, I mean,
play Wall.
There are mass mutation decks in the Master Vault. So, I was looking at those decks and I was like, man, there's not a lot of Amber Control in these. A lot of it's capture, I should say.
Yeah.
It's not steal. It's not the taxing is there, but very scant. It's not at the common level that it was
at Worlds Collide.
At Worlds Collide, yeah. My turn. I am going to say Mars. I am going to play a Zizek Shockworm. I'm going to play a Sky Booster Squadron. I am going to Exterminate. So Sky Booster will kill a Grove Keeper. That's it. I am going to Sample Collect. Evade. I am going to Mars first to Ready and Reap with Zizix. And the Beam Buckler will reap. And it is your turn. I will draw.
Play Sanctum. Play Baron. They take hostages, and Jail will fight the Shockwar.
Big thread with
Okay, sure.
rules puzzles. Hilarious.
Your turn.
Is everybody in that thread going, Neil Crompton?
I think they've cooled down on him because he does actually make good rulings.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think it's worth it to sit around and theory craft some of this stuff. I mean, when we how many rules?
did you take an Amber from Mars first?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you take an Amber from Mars first?
Yeah, I think I went to 8.
I think so.
So started the turn at 3. Yeah, I got 3 back. I Mars first, readied and reaped. So yes. I also had the beam bulker to reap with.
Yeah.
So I think you got me. I think we're cool.
Oh,
so I do forge. I do forge at 8. Is that fine?
Sure.
Do you accept these terms?
Yeah.
Do we agree on the game state? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Magic card wording back in the day was horrendously bad. But to be fair, card games in general have come a long way since then, and card game theory has come a long way. They did change the wording on a lot of cards with mass mutations just to make things more clear. That was interesting. All artifacts that said sacrifice now say destroy this artifact. I don't know why, but
does word prevent your own destruction then?
it would.
If you somehow warded an artifact?
Yeah, it would.
Closer to templating?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, templating.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Brobnar. I'll play Gauntlet of Command. I'm gonna play Bramo. I'll discard into the fray. And it is your turn. I will draw 3.
Alright, I'll say Logos. Play Redacted, play Library of Babel, play Brain Eater, play Wild Wormhole. Lion Baltram. Make a giant Brain Eater. Okay, your turn.
I am gonna say Logos. I'm gonna play Library of Babel. I'm gonna play Titan Librarian. Pip, Helper Bot, War Grumpus. I guess I should play this in a way that makes any kind of sense. Like that. War Grumpus down there next to the Bramo. Helperbot played the Knowledge of Power. I will play the Knowledge of Power to gain 1 for your archived card. It's your turn. I'm gonna Quantum Finger Trap the Brain Eater to your. So to shrink him. And your turn. I'll draw 6 and then archive 1.
Say Logos. Put it counter redacted. Draw with Library. I will play a Helperbot. Brain Eater is going to fight
Nexus and Remote Access. That's good.
Fight the Titan Librarian. Draw. I'll play Pip. Play Wild Wormhole. For Professor Sutterkin. Sure. Alright, that's it.
Okay, I am going to say Brobnar. I'm going to play Gauntlet of Command. I'm going to play War Grumpus.
Oh, you do have to swap for Quantum Finger Trap.
Oh,
it would
have been Flaxia then. Yeah. It's not just move. It's not on the topic of templating. Thorium Plasmate is just move a dude.
Yeah.
So okay. I am going to have Bramo fight Sutterkin. Should I reap with Bramo first? No, because it'd be stunned by Pip. I am going to Trimmer. I think these here big boys, these strapping lads, targeting those 3. I originally thought that guy, but no, those 3. Okay. I will lose an activation here. Oh, but I can fight with any creature. It doesn't have to be Bramo. We could fight. So I will send the Beam Buckler into the Pip. Okay. Now I will reap with Grumpus to ready and fight Bramo. Bramo explodes if it attacks Chael. Bramo explodes if it attacks Helper Bots. Bramo explodes if it attacks that Flaxia, who's for some reason 10 power. I am going to crash Bramo into the Helper Bot. Okay. And your turn. I will draw 4.
I'll say Untamed to play Marmo Swarm, Fang House, discard Key Charge, play Song of Spring, and reap with Flaxia. She's stunned. Your turn.
Oh, I have to archive a card. This one.
For
No,
the
that
dead,
guy's dead.
the dead Tide Library?
That guy's very dead. I have one in my hand.
Oh.
I was like, oh man, I can't wait to have 2 in play. Okay. So I can finally kill this Chael. So I guess I'd take a Logos turn here. I'm going to play a Titan Librarian and an Igor. I guess this is the right order because I can still library.
Yes.
So that. I want a library. Do I have any actions? No. An actual competitive match. Well, this is like a sealed game at AOA,
This
right?
is like common AOA stuff.
This
right?
is like a very common AOA style. Where both people, I mean, Justin's got like a slight advantage of the board because his guys are too big for me to actually fight. But he hasn't completely run away with the game because I've slowed him down some because of the Amber stuff. So I would say there were some good games earlier in the tournament.
It was a slog for a bit in the first round, though.
Yeah, there were a lot of matches that were just.
I'm worried that Mass Mutations will be like that.
I think so. Mass Mutations looks to be a set back, like a step backwards as far as sealed play.
Yeah.
Okay, and draw. Not a play Archimedes here. Okay. So I think I swap Baltrum and Fang House. Throw Fang House there. He's 4 power now, so he dies. No, he's got 2+1/+1 counters on it. Oh my god. Okay. Whatever. We can. I dream of a day where I don't have to look at this Chael. I guess I'll just reap. I'll reap. And go ahead.
Okay. Say Logos.
I draw 1 and then archive.
Say Logos. I'm gonna start the counter. Starting the clock. I will draw a card.
Until redacted.
Oh yeah. It's done the Brain Eater. I will play Pip, ZYX Researcher. Archive this. Actually, no. No, I already looked at the card. It's fine. I'll play Bouncing Deathquark. Clean this stuff up. I'll get Researcher and Archimedes. I'll get Pip, Librarian. I'll get Marmo Swarm, Sky Booster. I'll get Flaxia, War Grumpus. I'll get Fang House, War Grumpus. I'll get Baltrum, Pip. I'll get Pip, Beam Buckler. I'll get. I'll get Baron Igor. And that's it.
I am gonna say Brobnar. Play Grumpus Tamer, play Groggins. I'm gonna Gauntlet a command Groggins into the Baltrum. I think that kills it.
Yes.
And then I will Gauntlet the Grumpus Tamer into the Brain Eater. Your turn. I will draw 3.
Okay. Say Logos. Get a counter. Draw a card. Play Helper Bot. Play Baron. Play Bouncing Death Quirk and kill the Helper Bot. Your turn.
I wish I could remote access your redacted.
Yep.
I can't stop you because you can win with redacted.
Redacted it.
Redact win. Dang, dude. This deck is miserable. This deck has a ton of interaction, but no Amber control.
Yeah.
It does not. This deck could not ever decide to stop your opponent if it was on 6 Amber. This is honestly, this deck is brewing up a reversal storm over here, in my opinion.
You think so?
This deck is like
That's the one.
it's got no Amber control. It's not particularly good at fighting for the board. It's got some stuff where you can fight for the board.
Yeah.
But it's not particularly good at it. You got a bunch of dead actions. You can generate some Amber with like the Knowledge is Power and whatnot, but man.
You can't really even protect those pipips too. They should die.
Yeah. Right. I think that's what we have determined. Right? Because there's a graph of how fast your deck can win on average, right? Okay. And there's a graph of how fast your opponent can win. Right?
Right.
And if they can win faster than you, then that deck's just going to win every game. So there's an amount of Amber you can control. And if your deck is fast enough, you don't actually need Amber control, right? I
You don't need as much, at least.
Nibirius is the greatest example of that I think we've seen in stream.
One card.
Yeah, it has
Schuler
and a Lash of Broken Dreams.
Right, Lash, yeah.
Okay, but it has those. It's got Exhume, so it can get the Schuler when it needs to, which is important. And yeah, you could have the wrong type of Amber control, right? Like you could have Capture versus a deck that has like a lot of bounce, and then suddenly your Amber control feels kind of silly.
Or like Mind Warper, creatures out or something.
Yeah,
Marzine's Amber.
Decks that interact with the creature. A lot of Brobnar stuff is that way. Groggins, not Groggins. Grok.
Yeah.
Grok's. So there's a lot of like effects like that where 4 Schuler, 2 Hysteria. I can see why it would be a favorite deck. Yeah,
sweet.
that's awesome. I think Justin and I both really like Hysteria decks.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's just that magic. Oh, did we roll for it? Did you actually roll?
Yep.
Okay. Let me get the bet. Justin won that last game. Starting and bet for the next one.
Okay, you were first. Oof, number 2 feels bad.
Dang, dude. Imagine if you had all your Amber. Imagine you hadn't lost all your Amber twice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exploiting it comes into play. I mean, that's why I love Ardreth. That's why Ardreth is the sweetest.
Okay, this is the stupid fat armor deck that keeps losing. The 4 Aban, 3 Chaels.
I had a pretty good Planter the Misfits of the Martians opener where it was Phosphorus Stars Battlefleet, Smith, Trimmer, and some other Brobnar action that doesn't do anything.
That deck is bad.
And then some Untamed card that didn't do anything. And I was like, wow. The card, like, the best turn I could take with this hand is saying Mars, playing Battlefleet to draw one, and then Phosphorus Starring whatever my opponent plays.
Pretty bad.
That's the best hand I can play. Mulliganing feels so good in this deck because you get to see one less bad card.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible.
Okay, I will
This deck.
say Sanctum. Licho.
Okay. I am going to say Mars, Zizix, and Jammer Pack. And I'm going to lose the game because that's my Amber Control.
Alright, I'll say Sanctum. Play a Bade. Kill the Zizix. Play a Bond. Licho. I guess I could play a Bond first and not taking the damage. That's it.
I am going to say Untamed. I'll play Briar Grubbling, and I got you with the Life Web, but you didn't generate any Amber. So it is your turn. I will draw 2.
Okay, I'll say Brobnar. Discard Coward's End. Play Bingle.
Need more story characters?
Play Krampus Tamer, Groggins, and
your flavor character.
Stunned
You're stunned. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think the RPG will help with that. I think you'll get to see more flavor stuff there. 2i.
Yeah, I'm excited to see them flesh out some characters for sure. I guess I should read the short story book.
You'll say Untamed. I'll play a Hunting Witch. I'll unstun Briar Grubbling. I will Cooperative Hunting to put 2 damage on a Bond the Armorsmith.
Wow.
And your turn. I'll draw 2.
Has anyone ever used the action on Bond the Armorsmith? That's my question.
I do not believe we've used his action.
I've never used his action. This is like
there may have been one game.
If you wanted to do it for Maruk, that is like.
Yeah, as I was gonna say,
right?
I think we may have had one game we used it with Maruk.
Okay.
If this was an Omni ability, that's more interesting because then cards like Ammonia Clouds or Poison Wave would be less punitive. Not that they were in this set,
right?
But I think if it was Omni, I think there are a lot of abilities that are overrated, and they're like scared to put.
Yeah.
I think you could increase the number of Omni actions, especially on defensive.
Yeah. Play Bond, play Borden. This shell's gonna kill the Hunting Witch. Reap with a Bade. Reap with Shale. Reap with a Bond. Protect the weak on this Groggins. That's it.
Okay, I am going to say Mars. I'm going to play a Zodix Dominator and a Blipip. And it is your turn. I will draw 2. The Brobnar in this deck is beyond belief.
I will say Sanctum.
Starring Jonathan Frakes.
Play a Bond.
Oh god, how am I supposed to kill you? How am I supposed to kill
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll reap 6 times.
You maniac. You maniac. I'm gonna say Brobnar, Screech Bomb, Blood Money, that Bond. He's protected, whatever. That Bond. I'll loot the bodies. I'll play this barehanded before I play the Screech Bomb. Go, draw.
I will say Sanctum. I'll reap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Amber. This is how a game of Keyforge works.
Okay.
Alright, I'm done.
I'm gonna take a Mars turn. Did you not forge last turn?
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay. I'm gonna say Mars so that I can Ammonia Clouds and this Abond will die,
This takes
and these Abonds will take 1. And these I'll reap with this blip up.
One. That's pretty funny.
I'll put 2 damage. Poggers! Ammonia cloud poggers! That is the least effective. That ammonia cloud. Let's total up the amount of damage this ammonia cloud. This ammonia cloud did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It did 36 damage. And killed 2 of my creatures and 1 of Justin's.
It did 1 damage to the guy to kill him. Also.
And then my guy's gonna enter ready because of Blip Pip. And then I'm gonna soft landing in a Zizix. And I'm gonna reap. And I'm gonna show you a Witch of the Eye. He's gonna go to my archives so the Zizix can get some +1/+1 counters. Poggers!
Yeah.
Then he's gonna unstun.
Okay.
And I will Screech Bomb you and make you lose 2. And it's your turn. I got check with 6. Go ahead.
I'll forge.
I can't even play these save the packs to clean up from where
Reap.
the ammonia clouds.
Reap.
The ammonia clouds didn't do damage to your people. I've already lost the amber you've generated. Yes.
Reap.
Yes. I have this save the pack, which kills these guys. I have this save the pack, which also would kill these guys. I have a bump seed to make you lose 1 amber of the 27 amber you generated this game. This deck is so bad. This deck is... Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Whoo, Planner.
These games.
Losing games since...
What did we learn from that game?
2019. I learned that you cannot beat 6 Sanctum creatures with a bare-handed. I learned that 6 Sanctum creatures on the board do not interact with a bare-handed
Put that in our beginner video.
one way. There's not a single way.
Nope.
Invader Zim. All right.
Definitely has a.
Anderson has escaped.
It has a real shot to win this thing. All right, Jaxine
And
Domosh.
Okay. We have to. When we get to the final 4, we could probably, since that we're gonna have to pad that stream anyway, we could probably do a breakdown and like really examine the decks on stream before we get into it.
Yeah.
That would be kind of fun to do an in-depth analysis of bad decks.
Of why they're so bad.
I think a lot of the decks are gonna have, like, for instance, 2 save the packs, man. Like, how bad does 2 save the packs feel?
It's really bad,
right?
1 is a lot of time bad.
1 is not great. It's not great, Bob. But like,
because you have to like set it up, and it's rough.
Yeah.
What was that deck?
Domoish Wu Norberg, Horde Leader. 3
Double
ZY
Sucker
Queen.
Punch, okay.
Oh, yeah. Double Exhume.
Double
like,
save the back.
Onyx Knight. See, that deck's got some board wipes. But, let's see. Cowards End, Calfiends, Enter the Fray, Lollop, Trimmer, Blood Money, Blood of the Titans, Flamewake Shaman, War Grumpus, 11 Brobnar cards that do not interact with your opponent's Amber, and then Forge Master Og. So, if you generate too much Amber, then the Forge Master Og stops you. Amber Imp sorta interacts. Dust Imp, Exhume, Gub, Measure Exploit, Not Finished with You, Streak, Yerk, Poltergeist, Onyx Knight, Wretched Doll. Amber Imp interacts with your opponent's Amber.
Sort of.
Logos has got Double Cutthroat.
Ain't it?
Lab Work, Standardized Test, and Tight Librarian, Wild Wormhole, Triple ZYX Researcher, Backup Copy, Seismo, and Knowledge is Power.
You just go to 6 and
that deck
7.
cannot stop it.
Yeah. A 3.
Burn your amber vengeance. It should just be a keyword, right? Like, Grok's ability should just be like a Brobnar keyword. Right? Or Headhunter.
Yeah.
Headhunter should, on his fight, gain 1 should be keyworded. Call it plunder or something.
Oh yeah, I like that.
6, would you roll?
2 or 3.
Okay. Play burn 1. Yeah, the Bumpsy. I can do better.
Yeah, same.
I can do better. Shatterstorm, I mean, that feels more like a Brobnar card to me. Burn your amber to burn thrice as much amber from your opponent.
Yeah.
I like the idea of Mars mind controlling you to bring you their amber, right? Like that's like a good feeling. That's like a good flavor thing. So like that makes sense. I kind of wish some of the abilities were more like unique to a house. So like I would love it if most of Mars's amber control was to like put amber on their creatures. I would like it if Brobnar had the monopoly on just destroying amber.
It. Yeah. Of course, Shaz is stealing and
yeah, Sanctum is capturing.
Yeah.
Saurians is taxing, you know, because they're like a political, you know, base. I don't know what you give. I don't know what you give Dis to make it unique, and I don't know what you give Untamed.
Well, Untamed is like key costs, right?
Key costs increasing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's kind of like the same Saurian kind of thing.
True.
So
yeah.
I don't mind it, I guess, around so other houses, but okay. I guess I'll start off by saying Shadows. I'll play Bullet Eye. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like it Furnace and Steel. Say look, I saw a Wild Wormhole. Bang. Play the Researcher and I'll grab the Wormhole.
Okay. I am gonna say Shadows. I'm gonna play Bullet Eye. Reap.
Bang.
I like Bullet Eye's got sweet art. I don't know if anybody's ever looked at this card. But like, where are the Shadows bikes? Where's their gear? Like Silent Dagger makes sense to me, but what exactly is was it Dusk Bringer? What is it? What's that card called? Dusk something? It's an attachment. It's too exciting.
Dusk Runner, yeah.
Dusk Runner, yeah. But yeah, she's making a gun on her. Oh yeah. She's got it. She's carrying the gun right there, but she's like, pow. I'm going to Whistling Darts. Oh, sorry, I read right there. Whistling Darts to kill, and then Merkins, your Wild Wormhole. Ooh, I could hit anything. Healing Blast. Go ahead. Yeah, sir. I'm trying to bring positive energy towards these bad decks. I feel like I've done it a lot better tonight than I have in previous nights. So
I'll play Dis. I will play Yerk, discard Forge Master. I'll not finish with you. I'll play Exhume, Researcher, and I'll get top card deck. Okay. Your turn.
Merkins Martini.
That's pretty good.
You know what? Shadows time. This is Bullet's Eye's game. I'm gonna Bone Rot Venom the Researcher. Drink this. I'm gonna Reap with Bullet Eye to kill the Yerk, and then I'm gonna Reap with Merkins to go to 7, which I know your deck cannot stop. So, your turn. I'll draw a card.
It's true. I'll say Brobnar. Play Flame Wake to shoot the Bullet Eye.
Oh no!
Time is over. Play a Grumpus, a Calphine, and a Blood of the Titans on the Grumpus. That's it.
Alright, I will Forge. So one thing I didn't do for this tournament was like really look at Justin's deck as often. It was just kind of like get into the game and go. And I don't even know if that would have changed the way I played.
Not most of the time, probably.
Don't even know if that would have changed the way I played. I am going to say Brobnar. I'm going to Harder They Come, the War Grumpus. Did I say Brobnar? Sanctum. I don't have Brobnar in my deck. Sanctum. I'll play Lion Baltram. I'll play Duma the Martyr. We're going to smite Duma into Calphine. So 2 damage on the Flamewake Shaman, and I will draw 2 cards. I will play a Bond. And your turn. I will draw 3.
Say Dis. I'll play an Imbrium, Dust Imp, and Exhume.
Yeah, there's because like I do think these decks lack the number of synergies that other decks had. Not to say that they're devoid of synergy, because there's a lot of War Grumpuses and a lot of Grumpus Tamers in these decks.
There are.
There's a lot of those in these decks. Yeah. But I do think they really lack the depth of strategies that other decks have.
It's like you play whatever you can take the most action with. So like on the board plus in hand.
Yeah.
What can you do the most of?
Right.
Because a lot of the time your opponent can't interact with what you're doing.
Yeah.
Did Calphine die from the 3 days?
Blind Baltram gave Duma +2 power. So when Duma attacked into Calphine, they were equal power. Yeah, it's not a problem. That goes back to how unintentionally Justin and I have made this stream more towards people who've played a lot of Keyforge. And that's not like a conscious effort. That's just the natural course of us playing the game, right? Yeah. Like me playing Duma next to Baltram. I didn't even explain that play. I was just like playing Duma, smiting it into Calphine, and moving on. So now I tried to do a decent amount of explaining because I do think that actually helps at Vault Tours.
Yeah.
Talking through your actions before the cards have like all played and stuff, you'll catch your mistakes and whatnot. And there's a lot of ambiguous stuff that can happen in a game. Okay, I am going to play. I'm gonna say Shadows. I'll say Shadows. I will play a Lamendra and an Umbra and a Knuckles Bolton. I guess I'll play the Knuckles Bolton this side of a Bond. Merkins. Is going to fight the Flamewake Shaman. Merkins lives because of the +2 power from Baltram and the 1 armor from a Bond. And your turn. I will draw 3.
I'll say Brobnar. I'll Blood Money Umbra. I'll fight the Lamendra.
The before fight takes out my other creatures. It won't kill the Umbra because of the 1 armor from a Bond.
Remix. Oh, his is in play. The Blood Money. You didn't put the Blood Money down.
Yeah, I didn't get the Blood Money on it because you destroyed it.
I'll Blood Money Umbra. I'll Reap with Calphine. I'll Coward's End. I'll get 2 from the Dust Imp. Play Calphine. That's it. I would say there's a lot of situations when you're playing like higher level Keyforge where you don't necessarily take the turn that is just the most stuff you can do.
Merkins is dead.
3 oh yeah, it just dies, yeah.
Because
you're playing around certain things, or you're like working toward a specific game plan.
Yeah.
In Light Tasker, it's like that a lot, I think.
Yeah, I think the Glorious Few is a great example.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you watch Nathan's like finals game in the Glorious Few, you're gonna look at his hand and be like, okay, I would probably take an untamed turn here, and then he calls something else, and you're like,
yeah,
okay, but then it pays off a few turns later.
It's you can watch my commentary, so you get like what I'm thinking through that game.
Yeah.
But watching the Sanctimonious commentary is really interesting too, because you've got Jake, you've got Slotnick, and you've got Burnside, all people who've played some Keyforge, and they are looking at the hand and they're coming to different conclusions. And they talk about. I do think that Slotnick was closer to my line of thinking than Jake and Burnside.
Is there your podcast for them out?
No. Jake was in grad school and was moving, and he had like a bunch of stuff. So he had like finals and all. He had like a bunch of stuff. So that podcast is not out yet. He also had technical difficulties in the middle of it. So me and Dan recorded the last half of it because he just like exploded in the middle of it and never got back in.
This is a new Calfine.
It's a brand new Calfine.
The first one's dead as a coward.
I will say Untamed. And here's the thing. So this is I'm gonna show you my discard pile. And I'm gonna show you my hand because these decks don't matter, right? Like my deck is absolutely stacked with Untamed cards right now. So if I can take my next 2 turns as Sanctum and Shadows, there's a good chance that I just play 6 Untamed cards and then play 6 Untamed cards, right? I think this is one of those situations that a lot of new players don't. You won't initially. Here, I say, I play this at Bait, I play this Protect the Weak, the Calfine, kill my Bait, and you get your Amber back. I could Swindle, but that's only 1 card from my hand. Swindle is actually better here than it looks because I'm taking 3. You're not generating 3 with what's on the board, so that's why Swindle is good. This is just like a huge tempo swing. This is honestly one of the best opportunities in the game for me to play Swindle so far. However, it doesn't affect the board, and I'm not seeing a ton of new cards. So like my options on the next turn aren't going to change. So I think this is like a turn where if I say Untamed, I play this Marmot Swarm, I play this Persistence Hunting to tap Calfine. I draw 2 Untamed cards here, and then I'm back in that same mediocre section on the next turn. So I am going to play a Bade here. This is not, I think the best play that I can make this turn is Swindle.
But it doesn't set you up for the future.
But the best play I can make for the future is a Bade, Protect the Weak. It doesn't actually die straight up to Calfine because he's 4/2. Right, you gotta throw some extra stuff at me. That deck does have double Blood of the Titans. What are you doing? Why are you being goofy? Why are you looking at me like you're not the goofy one?
He just woke up and his head on the wall.
I'm gonna draw 2. See, look at that. 2 Untamed cards. All right,
2 save the packs.
2 save the packs. That doesn't matter. That's not the point.
Arrowforge. I will say Robnar.
Yes, I do agree that their analysis. Right, and
I'll say Logos.
I caught myself doing the similar thing when I was commenting for Shadow Worlds with Justice Blinded. You gotta like analyze the whole situation. Okay, so now I say Untamed. I play Marmot Swarm. I Persistence Hunting a Calfine. I discard these Save the Packs gleefully. Tell you to take your turn. I draw 4.
Or was 5 power? Alright, I'll say Logos. I'll Standardize Testing. Build tops 5s and 4s.
Okay.
This goes to the top of my deck.
Right. It's hard to.
I'll size bow for Shadows.
Sure. I will Swindle. Check with 6. It's your turn. I draw a card. Yeah, it's hard when you get to see both hands to not talk about the lines of play. And without knowing like what's going through the opponent's head, it's like impossible to tell. So I will forge for 6. I am going to sucker punch Lollop. I'm gonna play Bad Penny. I'm gonna life for a life the Calphine. I will play this Bad Penny. Yeah, I'll play this Bad Penny, man. I need creatures to reap with. And it's your turn. I will draw 3.
Okay. I will say Logos, I'll lab work.
You probably would have played it before.
I'll just power. And Seismo Shadows. That's it.
Okay. I am going to say Untamed. I'm going to play Amberspine Mongrel, Nox, Rustnar. I'm going to put Way of the Porcupine on Amberspine Mongrel. He's a super spiky wolf. And it is your turn. I will draw. So I've got this key charge. I actually just discarded. I'm a key ahead.
Yeah.
You can't stop. You cannot stop my keys. I don't need it to win out of nowhere. Okay, your turn. I will draw.
It's a very spiky boy.
Yes. His spines have spines.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Swindle, the ideal time to play Swindle
The Brobnar. I'm going to blow the Titans.
is when your opponent cannot generate the amber on board with what you swindled, when it is stopping a key, and when it is making you threaten.
Yep.
Now, those conditions don't come about all the time. I think they're slightly more common than they initially look. But that's the ideal time to play Swindle. Swindle does not get better than that. It is better than old school bait and switch when you do that kind of thing.
I'm going to fight the Rustnar.
Okay.
So I raise it into the fray. So he's at 10 power. Left.
Yeah, go.
I'll fight the Amberspine Mongrel. So I'll take 9.
Yep.
Already. And
Okay.
I check 6.
I will say Sanctum. I am going to play an Evade. I am going to play a Sanctum Guard. Gordon. Yes, so Swindle is like best in decks that are really good at board control.
Yep.
That's where Swindle shines. That's why Swindle is good in Confage, because both the Mars and the Brobnar in that deck are just brutal when it comes to board control. And so there's all kinds of situations where you and your opponent have like blown up a bunch of stuff on the table, and Confage is like, sweet, I'll Swindle right now. You know?
Yeah, Keyforge is probably worse as the tournament goes on, because like it's not as important to forge instantly,
And yeah,
and it's also impossible to generate up to that amount and then forge.
the decks-
we're worse and worse size.
the decks are so much worse at bursting.
Yeah. All right, I'll say Dis. I picked up my archive.
It's oftentimes just a dead card. Like that.
Wretched Doll. I'm gonna Poltergeist Bone Wretched Doll. I'll discard Misery Exploit. I will
Is it worth
play Onyx Knight.
Okay, so you're gonna kill all odd.
Actually, it might be worth Poltergeisting my Seismo.
I was gonna say it might be worth poltergeisting the Seismo to get.
Yeah. I need to get Sanctum. Then I'll play a Streak. That's it.
Okay, I am going to.
Oh, Lollop was even, wasn't it? Right.
Yeah, he was 16.
I had it in my brain that he was going to die to that.
I'm gonna play Full Moon. And I have no creatures to go with that. I am going to play They're Everywhere.
So I would do that. Yep. Because Streak doesn't die to it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'll play there everywhere. Still shuts off streak. So it does 2 damage to each. It doesn't actually do 1 damage to streak. At least that's not the way it works on Crucible. Because there everywhere does 2 damage to each flank creature. So it does 2 damage to Lollop and 2 damage to Onyx Knight. Lollop is dead, and then it does 1 damage to each not on the flank.
I see.
So it doesn't hit Streak now because now Streak is on a flank.
Okay.
So I think we misplayed there everywhere.
Probably a lot, yeah.
A lot. So I'm gonna Persistence Hunting and say Dis to tap your Dis creatures, and then I'll play Song of Spring. FFG's current ruling boned it up. Yeah, okay.
Everything happens in order. Well, obviously can't stop 6, so.
Yeah, there you go.
I haven't drawn my hand yet, but
yeah,
there's no way.
Draw your hand. Realize you can't stop it.
Okay. Decks that can't stop 6 Amber.
Versus decks that have any amount of Amber control whatsoever.
The Swindles.
The Swindle is devastating. It's absolutely annihilating.
Okay. It's a 1 then 3 instead of 1 or 4. Yeah, that is weird. For Tendrils. That was Jackson, right?
Wait, so what?
Tendrils does 1 damage to all creatures, and then if your opponent forged, it does 3 damage. So it does 1 damage, and then it does 3 damage.
Okay,
so.
that's better for wards then.
Yeah, it is better for wards.
Okay, so decks that have already lost tonight are back. It should just be like lines of text, right?
Yeah, it should just be like, this happens, this happens.
Deal 1 damage to each creature.
Yeah.
Deal 3 damage to each creature if your opponent forced to keep it.
It should be like, everything should have its own sentence. And it should not, anything that could possibly happen separately should have its own sentence.
Yes.
On a card. Because now you're just like reading through text.
You gotta, I feel like you gotta template the stuff better.
Mm.
Ah, I'm on T0. Oh, good.
Yeah. Trust me, I know.
Oh, we both played these decks already tonight, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. You played Provost. I played T0.
That's fine. It don't matter.
I mean, just errata the cards. I mean, they did it with Biomatrix Backup, right? Why don't we just make the cards do... Why don't we make the cards do what we think they should do? It's in our power to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, if people have been playing them like that just because that's how clearly they were intended to be played with, just change them so they work like that. He's like perfectly fit in there. Look at this. Look at this dog.
He's down for the count.
Can you believe this dog's not gotten any treats tonight?
How can we support this dog?
Trying to learn the rules in depth. It's been difficult to sort through the card execution arguments, but I think I understand how much removal works. Okay, yeah. There it is.
There you go. We begged. We begged for him.
There it is.
Wait, we tugged in your heartstrings. Look at this dog. This dog has gone 2 hours.
Dogs like this all around the world.
This stream is 6 minutes from 2 hours, and Eddie hasn't gotten a treat.
The second one?
He didn't even get up. Yes, somebody else is getting another treat. Eddie has gone 30 seconds without getting another treat. He can't even move. The dog is paralyzed. He's paralyzed from the head down. He has to be carried from one room to another. He's briefly regained movement in one paw.
There you go. Did I cut this?
Yeah.
Do we roll? No.
8. 3. Look at that egg cam.
I know. I don't want to turn it off.
Oh, it's been a few T0. I'll keep. You know what? I'll keep.
Oh, mulligan.
I will.
Oh, I drew 7 cards. Well, I'm still mulliganing.
You're hyper mulliganing now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play Mother Gun. Go ahead. And I'm going to play Mother Gun because this is something that provides incremental advantage over the entire length of a game. That deck is not fast. This deck is not fast. So this is a great situation for Mother Gun.
I want everyone to look at the power level on T0.
We did. It was like...
I want you to look at it again.
Okay, yeah.
Just let that sink in. Just let it sink in. I mean, like, actual power, like... It's tournament win or loss record.
$48 sass.
Is this power show? Oh yeah, 4, okay.
48 sass.
It's pretty bad.
That is 1 sass for every amber it has generated in its career.
No, it's definitely generating more amber than that's career. Because I had to win games with it. Top 0%. Okay, so you play
48 sass, power 4.
I'll play, and then I'll play these guys.
Uh-oh.
These big boys, big DM boys.
I am
48 sass, yeah. There you go.
You got a trimmer, Pit Demon. I will play Pound. Honestly, I'm gonna pound the Stealer of Souls. I don't think I care about damage on Schuler or Pit Demon, and I'll play this 0 value Gengar Chieftain. And your turn. Oh boy.
I'll do this on some of these guys.
Oh god, I've lost.
I will discard Gateway, play Tendrils. That's it.
I am going to say Shadows. I'm going to play a Hideaway Hole. I'm going to discard 2 bad pennies. I'm going to tell you that it is your turn. Then draw.
Neat. Say this. I'll trade with the Gengar Chieftain. I'll steal 1. I'll reap 1. That's it.
I am going to say Mars. I am going to Mother Gun and shoot the Stealer Souls for 3. I am going to play Key Abduction. Did you win any games with Key Abduction?
I did.
Because you could
won a game in the top 8. My top 8 game was finished by Key Abduction.
Because you had like 5. Did you have like enough Martians out so that you could like reap with all of them, then Key Abduction them back to
your hand?
It was
exactly enough.
Wow.
Yep. And it was the turn before I was going to lose.
I'll play Zizix and Xanthrix, and go ahead.
I'll say...
I'll draw 3.
Brobnar. Play Headhunter. I will loot the bodies, and I'll punch the Xanthrix Harvester.
Right off the table. Right off the table.
And that's it.
I am gonna say Brobnar. I am gonna play a Lollip, a Grumpus, a Foozle, a Grumpus Tamer.
Okay.
I will draw 4. You will wipe the board.
Say Brobnar. I'll fight the Zizix Shockworm and get 1. I will Coward's End.
Oh my god. They're no cowards. They didn't get a chance to fight yet.
Play Valdir, play Headhunter. Your turn.
Okay. I am gonna say Shadows. I'm gonna play Furtive Investors. I'm gonna play Dusk Chronicles and draw. We'll play Ronnie. And your turn. I will draw 2.
Yeah, I'll say Brobnar. I'll play Bumpsy. Make you lose 1. Fight the Ronnie. Gain 1. Reap. Reap.
I am going to say Mars. I am gonna Mother Gun. Blast. This is tough. I'm gonna get the Pit Demon because that's just straight stealing. I will play Sky Booster. I'm gonna Martian's Hounds the Sky Booster for.
Actually, I got huge value out of Martian Hounds very often.
I could see in that deck, especially AOA.
Yeah.
AOA, man, I bet this Martian Hounds was gigantic. Because you got like all these Mother Guns, you could just like plink some stuff here and there. Okay, go ahead. I will draw. God. Oh my god.
Okay, I'll say Untamed. A Bear, Snufflegator, Word of Returning, and a Regrowth. Beck Schuler.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose you would. Yeah, I suppose you could do that.
Before. Flip the key.
I am going to say Brobnar. I'm going to play War Grumpus and 2 Flamethrowers. I am going to pop this hideaway hole.
You played right into my trap card.
No!
I'll say Untamed.
No!
Destroy each elusive creature.
No!
I'll
No!
each scientist creature.
No, the devastation.
I'll Nocturnal Maneuvers.
Oh yeah,
I'll Reap with Snufflegator.
played that deck because it counters this deck so hard.
Play Bear. Reap with Bear, I mean. That's it.
Can't believe play this deck that counter my deck. Exactly! Ugh. I am gonna say Shadows. We're gonna play a Subtle Maul. We're gonna play an Umbra. We're gonna play a Merkins and play your top card. Hit me with that board wipe! Oh, I lose an Amber. And I'll play Redlock. It's your turn. I'll draw.
Okay, I'll say Brobnar. I'm gonna play Brothers in Battle. We have Untamed dudes just rip these stupid nerds apart.
Yeah.
I'll Snufflegator the Redlock. Kills your Redlock there. I'll Ancient Bear this Umbra.
Ixis. Hey, Ixis, how's it going?
I'll Ancient Bear this Merkins.
Yeah, flip your key.
Oh, yeah. I'm too excited.
Did you kill the Umbra and the Merkins?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to kill your Umbra, your Chota?
Reap with Valdir.
I'm never actually going to use the Chota.
Nah, Reap with Bumpsy.
Okay.
Reap with Headhunter. Reap with Headhunter.
9, huh?
9.
What an idiot.
I know.
Are you ready? Get it ready. Get it ready. I know what you know what you need to do.
Hold on.
You know what you need to do.
Okay. Sound the horns.
So good. There's not a Brobnar creature left in this deck. Alright. Burn the stockpile. Flamethrowers. Flamethrowers for this Headhunter. Hit him twice. Hit him again. Your turn. Go ahead. Whacking us. We're wacky morning Keyforge DJs. We have to come up with some sort of wacky morning DJ names.
I'll play.
T0 and Scatvex do sound like
they do.
They sound like late 90s DJ names.
I'll say Dis. I will discard Hand of Dis. I'll play Drumble. I'll play Schuler. I will discard Gateway to Dis, and I'll play Tenicus.
Scatvex has never met a ska song he didn't like, and T0 is like really into the Prodigy. You're at 6?
Yep.
My draw? Is there a way for me to give you an Amber so that I can burn the stockpile again? Otherwise I just lose.
You have to pay me an amber to use an artifact. So yes.
I flame thing.
The answer is yes, Nathan.
This is 200 IQ plays right here. You come to Tabletop Royale for plays like these. This is Vault. This is Nova Championship top 8 placing plays. Flamethrower, damage to this headhunter. I pay you 1 so that I can then burn your stockpile.
God. Devastating. I shouldn't have played. This is a huge play mistake to play Tentacus.
And your turn.
Against an artifact board that Nathan has.
That with 5 artifacts on the table. You idiot.
Alright. Well.
Pulls a Warhammer Conquest deck out for the next game. It's hilarious. What would that be like to play Keyforge as morning DJs?
I will say...
We've got a caller on the line!
So I'll discard Gateway. I will...
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you said you played Gateway.
No.
No. Dude, okay.
Pandemonium.
Are you sure? We gotta rewind it.
Yes.
Pandemonium. Yeah.
I will reap 3 times.
Well, guess what? I'm out of answers. I don't have any amber. I didn't even come close to forging a key.
God.
Yeah. I actually have like a decent Mars hand. If I could have like stitched this Mars stuff together slightly earlier in the game, I might have been in better shape, but I really needed that collector worm to get some of the problem dudes off the table.
Hilarious. Oh boy.
One thing I think that I was thinking about this. One thing that I think that SAS fails at. It measures creature control, but it does not translate creature control into amber. And I don't know if there's a good way to translate that, because at some point your excess creature control turns into amber for you. Because your 11 powered dude doesn't have to fight, he just reaps for amber.
Okay.
Okay. Your extra fights that you have, those turn into reaps for amber, right? So, good lord, that deck. Oh yeah, it's not great. Perfect game. No amber, no keys. I mean, I could have generated like 3 amber that turn. I couldn't have actually used my artifacts because of the Tentacus. So,
well, there you have it. Now we got our final 4.
Yeah. We'll be back Wednesday
to finish it up.
I think we just sit down and we talk about those decks before we play them. And talk about like why they're bad, why they've gotten there. Because at this point, it's not a fluke, right?
No.
These are decks. Now, Planter has one notable notch on its belt, and that is the beating Barcus Rex in that hilarious game. Yeah, I just don't see like we can sit down and we talk about why those decks don't work, why they're clunky and stuff.
The
like
June
that.
Junks, yeah. The what I call it something. The Failure 4. There we go. The Failure 4. But we'll be back tomorrow with Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings has been a bright spot for me. Those have been really fun. I've really enjoyed those.
Yeah. And like we're learning a lot more about it too, and we customize the decks a bit too.
Yeah,
that's really fun.
We're.
Why'd you close the bets?
Oh yeah, let me do that. I'm excited.
Next Saga set,
to continue to rewrite the Lord of the Rings.
We gotta put this down somewhere. Amazon can buy this idea.
Yeah. That's been a lot of fun sitting down and writing the alternative, the Elseworlds Lord of the Rings. I rewatched.
We do technically have a website, yes.
The Hobbit movies.
When? This weekend?
Yes.
All of them?
Well, the second and third ones. The worst ones.
Yeah.
And man, it's just wow.
Yeah. Imagine like
I was glued to Twitter just keeping up with current events. And so those were on. They were just on. I just didn't change them or whatever. And I honestly, it's a world of difference between those and the original Lord of the Rings.
It's crazy, right? And it's like 10 years difference too.
Yeah.
As far as when they released and
it's closer to 15, right? I think it had to have been closer to 15.
The first Hobbit movie I want to say came out in 2011, which would have been 10 years.
I don't think it was
Because
2001.
I thought the third one came out in 2015. Third Hobbit movie. Were they year spaced?
They were, yeah.
So
I
it would
believe
have been like 2013.
Yeah.
None.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But man, wow. Terrible.
Yeah.
Just awful movies. Just repugnant. I watched the barrel scene again.
Oh, God.
Just...
I thought it was in the first one. Was that in the first one? No, it was the second one? Okay.
The barrel scene, dude. Wow.
Very bad.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. But hey, we're going to make a version of The Lord of the Rings better than both of those combined.
Yes.
1,000%.
So what we're saying is... December
2012.
Okay. So yeah, but I guess it was 10 years then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kids would have liked the barrel scene? Maybe. Maybe I don't know. The part of me that was a kid is long dead. So
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Wednesday night, we're going to finish this tournament out.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to start... Well, I want to do the gauntlet. I think the gauntlet is easier for us to set up because I feel like we have to do a little bit of preparing for our beginner stream.
Sure.
Because the idea behind the beginner stream is that we're gonna specifically make it for YouTube, so that way we can point to people to have like, here is a guide. Here are some live games of Keyforge that we're gonna play. I don't mind answering questions during that.
No, we'll have open
because I think
so.
that's like a natural place for us to answer questions as we go.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
that's it. We're done.
Yeah, come back tomorrow for some more Lord of the Rings.
Goodbye. Appreciate everybody hanging out.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
It was good. It was actually one of the most fun nights of this tournament.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we were both way down on it. Yeah. So yeah.
The airborne's help.
I tried. Yeah, the air. Starting off the stream with a Rick roll.
Yeah.
Kind of like puts you in the right mood for a stream.
Honestly, we should just start every stream with Rick Astley. TBH. All right, guys. Have a great night.
That's it.
See you tomorrow night.
And now, without pressing the air horn, Justin is going to end the stream. It was the air horn the whole time.
Hold on. Okay, bye.